Ladies and gentlemen, our most distinguished guest, Mr. Frederick Douglass.
I'd like to thank my friend and colleague, Mr. Ward, for that warm introduction. I appear before you today on behalf of a suffering people. Last month in Washington, D.C., President Fillmore signed into effect the infamous Fugitive Slave Act, an act that permits the recapture of former slaves and the prosecution of all those who assist them in each and every state of the Union. Now, with this new law, the colored man or woman is not free in Ohio. It's not safe and secure in Massachusetts or Illinois. It's not free from the threat of bondage anywhere except right here in Canada. That's right, my friends. You are the northernmost terminus for the Underground Railroad, that great freedom train. Today, over 3 million men, women, and children are living under the yoke of Southern oppression. But I hold it as a self-evident truth that no legislation can alienate man's right to his own body, and that every slave is fully justified to run from bondage and to never, never, ever return.
Fugitive slave law, Southern victory. My foot.
Victory for the North, too. What's good for cotton is good for all America.
The Yankees want to destroy the labor force down here. Where do they think they're going to get the cotton for their textile mills? Harder, Sarah, harder.
That's right, sir. You have good, strong hands.
Massa Fallon, sir?
Hmm?
I just wants to thank you for being so good to me. Bringing me in from the fields and letting me work in the house. I sure enough do appreciate it. Sure feels good to get in out of that hot sun. Only thing, with me being in the house and all, the others in the cabin ain't treating me right. Say I be putting on. And what I was wondering was, if you could put me in a cabin by my own self, why, I'd be powerfully grateful to you, sir. Work real hard, never give you no trouble.
You're going to kill me, boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master Fallon, sir. Here, let me put a hot towel on it. Ain't a game you can win, gal. Yes, you don't even start.
I didn't start it, Ben.
Colonel? Your time getting back there, eh?
Get up. Yeah. Been a real piece of trouble for us, Colonel. Maybe should have finished him off.
Hear that, Joe? Some tell the catchers to just bring back an ear.
Didn't you all listen when I taught you scripture, boy? Servants, obey your masters, for this is right in the eyes of the Lord. Joe, I bred your mammy, fed you, trained you. Best groomsman I ever had. But look here, brought your sister in from the fields, took her in my house. I said, look, boy, look at the nice dress she has on. This how you'll repay me.
Please, Massa. Joe didn't know what he was doing. He won't run again. I promise, Massa. Please. Please, Massa.
I got
if you...
to set an example. Oh, Joe. I gotta set an example. Get up there.
Ain't nothing here for y'all now. Shut down. Come on now. Y'all going home. Going home now.
Ain't nobody said you could leave, boy. We go to all the trouble of teaching him a lesson, talking to him. Do you some good to learn something, too. Hold him still.
He's here. Ben? Louise? Dr. Ross?
Colonel,
Can't tell you how pleased I am. I received your letter.
no more pleased, sir, than I by yours, and by your kind invitation to stay with you. And I must tell you that the opportunity to consult with a fellow ornithologist will make my work easier by half.
Just an amateur, Dr. Ross. Not in your league at all.
On the contrary, sir, your article on swallow nesting habits made it all the way up to Canada. I found it enthralling.
Don't encourage him, Doctor. It's hard enough to get him to speak about anything else.
This is my wife, Louise.
My pleasure, Mrs. Fairley.
The pleasure's ours. I hope y'all's visit will be enjoyable as well as productive, Dr. Ross.
Please, it's Alexander.
Let's get you settled then. I have a few guests coming for dinner. They're looking forward to meeting you.
Well, to each life must fall some disappointment, I suppose. Yes, as a matter of fact, many actually manage to endure our winters.
We've seen the flicker around here, too.
It's quite common in the Appalachians.
Well, Dr. Ross, Colonel tells me you're some kind of bird watcher from Canada.
Yes, Senator, that's right.
Ornithologist, James, not bird watcher. And a very distinguished one, I might add.
You must find it very different down here.
Quite different, yes.
I like Canadians. Well, individually, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Unfortunately, some of them have no respect for American law, even to the point of interfering in matters which are none of their concern.
Well, quite naturally, our laws are different. Although I'm not sure I understand.
Oh, come on. I'm talking about stolen property, sir. I am talking about harboring our niggers under the mask of British laws.
Now, James, Dr. Ross is my guest. And I wouldn't want you to imply that...
My point is, sir, weren't for Canada, there wouldn't be any runaway problem. They wouldn't have any place to hide. Perhaps what's needed is a trade embargo to bring your government to its senses.
Now, Senator, we can't lay all of this at Dr. Ross's door. Why, you're not an abolitionist, are you, Dr. Ross?
Abolitionist? Oh, no, my. I'm afraid that after this much of the Colonel's fine port, I'm not even sure that I'm an ornithologist. Just a Canadian.
Yeah.
Ben,
Yes, sir, Dr. Ross.
I need to ask a favor of you.
Yes, sir.
I was expecting to mail a package to a friend.
Yes, sir.
To a friend of a friend.
Yes, sir.
Well, would you happen to know of a free colored man by the name of Gabby?
No, sir. Don't know nobody by that name.
There you are, boy. Thought you got lost.
No, I just needed a breath of air, Colonel. Thank you.
troubles the dogs. You got to throw them off, because you sure can't outrun them.
Here, Joe. Brought you some victuals from the kitchen.
Ain't that something? Massa worried about me. Something to eat from the party.
What else, Joe? What else?
Main thing. You got to get to the swamp ahead of the dogs.
Sir.
After that.
Sir.
We can't go on like this. We got to run.
You done lost your mind.
Sir, I'm gonna run, and I want you to come with me.
Joe be laying up in there with half a foot. And you talking about running. Now I got to go.
Sir, you used to say you wanted to marry me proper.
Why do you think I'm working on getting that cabin? So we be together. Get married.
That ain't no proper marriage, sir. Jump in the broom if and the master let you. I want to be in a place where I can be a man, what I can do for you.
Thomas, you ain't in no position to do nothing more than what you've been doing. No, I ain't complaining, but that's just the way it is. Why can't you just be happy for what we got?
What we got, sir? We ain't got nothing more than what the master give us. Now, we can't go on like this being afraid. We got to try. Our means to run. With or without you.
Conoropsis carolinensis. My. Well, that certainly is a rare sight where I come from. Yes, indeed. Do you know that there are 11 different types of sparrow? And yet there's only one, M. palaustris, the swamp sparrow, that does not have a song. That's a strange thing, isn't it? It's a bird without a song.
A lot of wild boys a bird don't sing, sir.
Yes, I suppose that's true. Yes, birds are fascinating creatures, aren't they, Thomas? They enjoy unlimited freedom. They know no boundaries. Yes, as a matter of fact, there are many birds, many of your birds here, that fly all the way to Canada every year.
I hear Canada's cold all year round, sir.
Well, in the far north, perhaps. Most other areas are quite comfortable. Thomas,
Yes?
what else have you heard about Canada?
I don't know too much about the world past Colonel Farrell's land, sir.
Yes, of course. Well, I should think that a man like yourself would enjoy Canada.
Expect I'd never find out, sir.
Well, you could.
I'm sorry, Dr. Ross, I wasn't watching you. Your bird just flew off.
Thomas,
Yes, sir.
I'm not what I seem.
Most people ain't, sir.
Have you heard of the Underground Railroad?
Well, I heard some songs made up to keep us going on, sir, but I ain't never seen no railroad.
It's quite real, Thomas. It's a group of men and women, liberty-loving men and women who have devoted their lives to ending slavery. I'm one of them. This is my first time. I can offer anyone wishing to run to Canada safe routes and assistance.
I expect your friend, Colonel Farrell, might have other ideas.
No, the Colonel is not my friend. Colonel Fairling would have me shot if he heard what I just said. Thomas, I can't force you to believe me. And I have to assume that I can trust you. Please tell your friends that I am meeting as many as want to run tonight, here in this grove. Will you do that?
And that's all, sir. take the horseback on up to the barn.
Man, talk a lot, but I still don't trust him.
Well, Ben say he know Gabby. Say he a friend of a friend.
Words from a white man is still just words, man.
Now maybe he hears with the Underground Railroad.
Sure, this railroad thing ain't but a big old story.
Maybe it ain't no for real, Trey. But these people. Look, I've been keeping my eyes open, and I've been thinking. Now, for every slave that gets caught, 2 gets away. Now, they's got to be doing something more than just following the North Star and the moss on the trees.
All I know is ain't nobody Brenda Fairland gonna be helping us. Now, what if he's a spy?
Well, I say we go to the meeting and find out.
What y'all jawing about keeping so long?
Nothing at all, sir.
Well, get on about your chores.
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Boss Man, sir. Why, I was just telling these here lazy darkies how thankful we should be to have a good overseer like yourself, sir. Treat us good. Thanks the Lord. Every day I do. Yes, indeed.
Now, once you've made it through the swamp, the main difficulty then will be a large open area which you must cross. Now, this area is situated between Callie's Junction and the mountains. Now, I'll be waiting for you at this junction the day after tomorrow. And from there, we will meet, and I will take you into the foothills.
You ever done this kind of thing before, Mr. Ross?
Well, as I've told Thomas, this is my first time. However, I am well researched, and I am prepared to help.
What kind of help you be talking about?
I will be supplying you with maps, a compass, and a gun. Now, in order to connect with the Underground Railroad, you will need to search out safe houses along the way. Now, these houses will be marked by a candle burning in the window. Also, while introducing yourselves, always do so with the phrase, friend of a friend. It is the people that respond to this that will direct you toward the next shelter. Now, does everyone understand?
If we gonna run, I think it's best we just go. Don't trust nobody but our own selves.
You mean like Joe?
Minnie, now you know Joe's gonna go on.
Please, it is true that in the past, many slaves have run on their own and have made it. Unfortunately, now, with the new Fugitive Slave Act, it's no longer enough to escape the South by crossing the Ohio River and into the Free States. The fact is that now you will not truly be safe until you've reached all the way to Canada. Now, this is why links to the Underground Railroad are now more vital than ever.
I wants to get to Canaan. So I say whatever it takes to get to the Promised Land, we just best be doing it.
I said the river to Canaan be 1,000 miles wide. And it's so cold up there, they don't grow nothing but black-eyed peas.
Ain't nothing but that old overseer kind of talk. But that don't mean we got to be listening to this kind of talk neither.
I can't promise you anything. All that I can do, and what I am offering to do, if you're willing to put your trust in me, is to start you off on the first step. The first step of what will no doubt prove to be a long and dangerous journey.
That's right. We got a long, long way ahead of us. And I say, if people's willing to give us a helping hand, Lord, bless them, Thomas, we should take it. But Alexander, we were so hoping that you would stay with us a little longer.
Yes, I am sorry, dear lady, but I am afraid the sparrow waits for no man. I really must continue along its southeastern migratory path. It's been a pleasure, Mrs. Fairling.
By all means, then, Doctor. Can't wait for the march of science.
Yes, indeed. Well, many thanks, Colonel, both for your hospitality and your erudition. I hope you don't mind if I take the liberty of footnoting you in my article.
Not at all, sir. I consider it an honor.
Good day, Mrs. Fairling. Colonel.
Get him, get him, get him, get him.
doing sneaking around like that for?
I just like watching you work. You've been having meetings with Minnie and Walter. Don't know which one of y'all's crazy. I thought Walter had more sense. We find ways to be together here, don't we? If we love each other.
Sarah, in Canada, we ain't got to worry about sneaking around, hoping the overseer don't see us. Where we going, we gonna have our own home, our own land. Our children gonna learn to read.
That's a nice dream.
It's gonna happen, Sarah. But you got to come with me tonight.
I can't. I can't leave Joe. I can't leave everything.
Sarah, we're leaving tonight. We're meeting in the Grove an hour past sundown. Sarah, please, be there. Please.
How can I make him stay, Joe?
Go with him, sissy.
Look at you. Look what happened when you run.
You listen to me and you listen hard. Mama always says we have two rights. The right to live before God and the right to die. And it's better to die trying than to die giving up.
I ain't gonna leave you, Joe.
Is this what you want? Master to work you to death in his kitchens? Marry you after whoever he chooses? Sell your babies for the left your breast? In Canada, you and Thomas gonna have a life.
Maybe when you get better, then we run.
Look at me, Sarah. Look at me. I ain't never gonna get to the promised land. You know that as well as I do. You're gonna have to run for the both of us. Here. Just do me a little something. You keep a candle in your window up in Canada. In case I drop in on y'all.
We've been waiting long enough. Thomas, if that kitchen gal of yours was gonna come, she'd have been here by now.
She gonna come.
Right. Every minute we're not running, be a minute closer to getting caught.
I said we gonna wait.
Oh. Sarah! Ben, where is that Sarah? She should have had the morning milk ready an hour ago.
Well, I didn't send the gal for her, Miss Fallon. She ought to be back directly.
Tell her I have to talk to her, Ben.
Yes, sir.
Colonel! Colonel, we got us a problem. Thomas is gone. Walter and Minnie. Sarah, too. What?
That doesn't make any sense. All of them running just like that?
Yes, me, ma'am. Someone's put some fool notions in their heads.
What do you mean?
The bird watcher, Colonel. Been spending a lot of time with Thomas in the woods. I've seen him nosing around the slave quarters, too.
Dr. Ross. He's such a gentleman.
Yes, me, Colonel. That Canadian's an abolitionist. Playing you for a fool.
In my very own house. Get my horse. I'm gonna show that thief and renegade
gauge just how hospitable we Southerners can be.
Come on, Sweet. What you doing?
Cayenne pepper. Bill says it throws out the dogs.
You keep messing around, them dogs ain't gonna have to smell us. They're gonna be looking us in the face, plain as day. Now, come on! Come on, I say, come on.
Something's throwing off the dogs.
You're gonna get the swamp long before we do now. Come on, let's go.
Yo, we be going the right way.
North and west, put us right by Callie's Junction.
What if it don't? What we gonna do there?
I swear I'm gonna turn myself in just so I don't have to hear that man's mouth. What's keeping little Miss Kitchen mad? It's tired. It's gotta rest. Oh, you think you special? You only one tired and hurting? Well, just get used to it, all right, Missy? Because this the way it's gonna be till the day we get to where we's going. So you just got to keep on moving, all right? Or you're gonna get left behind.
It's to be directed to a Mr. Levi Coffin of Cincinnati.
Yes, sir.
Bird watching successful. Stop. Expect imminent arrival of packages, hardware, and dry goods. Stop. Further expeditions to follow. Stop.
That's him.
Colonel Fairley.
You got yourself some explaining to do, Ross. Open my house to you, give you the use of my slaves. The next day, the whole bunch go running off together.
Got a fact, mister? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Manslaughter, string him up.
Just one moment, please. Teach you to settle down here. All right, settle down. I'll take care of this.
This is a hanging offense, Sheriff. I want justice.
We do this proper. Man gets a fair hearing. Turns out he's guilty, he can hang just as easy tomorrow. Come on. Let's go, mister. Abolitionist scum. He'll get what he's coming to.
You're like sitting ducks, aren't you? You sure this be the right place?
Well, according to his map, it is. Supposed to be picking us up right here.
Picking us up gonna be the overseer.
Maybe something happened to him.
I think we should keep moving. We could have been 10 miles further down the road by now. Come on.
No, wait, now. Now, Mr. Ross he say he gonna be meeting us right here, and he bringing us a gun and a compass. He said we gonna be needing that.
If he come,
Shh, now wait. Shh, wait. Come on, let's go.
That ain't it, Ross. How come he be looking around like that?
I don't know. The man is stopped in the right place.
What if it's a trap?
I think we wrong.
Come on, now wait. Now one of us got to go talk
Fred. Y'all hurry up. Wait a minute, Sir Ross. Purdy got himself into some kind of trouble, so Ben sent me to fetch him. Get yourself up in here before I end up hanging up from the next tree. Come on. James, come on.
I'm telling you, Sheriff, the man was talking to my negress, and the next day half of them run off.
Colonel Fairling, please, I can assure you that this is nothing more than mere coincidence.
Tell it to the hangman, Ross. You abolitionists think you can come down here and mess with our way of life? Oh, you don't know who you're dealing with. This is about more than property.
Colonel Fairling, please, I can assure you I have no interest whatever in your politics. I'm simply down here doing research work.
Sheriff, I want him prosecuted to the full extent of the law.
A good time, Colonel.
Colonel Fairling, please.
The wrong man to tangle with, Ross.
Sir, I am an accredited ornithologist and a doctor from Canada. You may feel free to check my references.
Yeah, well, I have my own opinion about that, but it'll be the judge who decides, not me.
But, sir, my work.
Mr. Ross, I think you got more important things to worry about right now than which way the birds are flying.
Ho! Y'all get out now. Here he is. Can't take you no further. Some folks gonna be missing me real soon. Here's a little something. It ain't much. You think even no gun and no compass and nothing like that? I don't know nothing about that. Try to get as far as you can tonight. Try to get to the mountains before morning. And don't travel by day unless you have to.
Please beholden to you.
Godspeed.
Colonel Fairland?
I am, sir.
Name's Hort. My partner Solomon.
Friend Spencer tells me you're the best, Mr. Hort.
That's right, I reckon we are. I'm gonna need $500 apiece. We bring them back alive. $200, we bring them back dead. I need $250 right now for expenses. The rest on return to your property.
Fine. One of the runaways is a girl, 18, 19, Sarah. I want her back, intact. I'll pay you double if you do.
Well, intact as can be. You got my word on it.
My overseer will give you all the other information you need.
Pleasure doing business with you, Colonel.
Your partner. Is he a slave or one of them free niggers?
I still got the papers on him. I'm letting him earn his freedom bit by bit. But I don't think he'll be going nowhere once he's done. Old Solomon, he likes his money. Same as the rest of us.
You can trust him?
Well, let me put it this way. No runaway's got the best of him yet.
Minnie? Yes, sir. Lord have mercy.
Master Thomas. Breakfast. We serve right here.
Wait now, hold on. You know how to make a fire what don't smoke? Well, Just because we can't cook it don't mean we ain't gonna eat it. You two better quit the snuggling up now, because one you's gonna have to get and skin this here rabbit. Give me that rabbit. I'll do it.
Yeah, there's four of them, all right. Heading for the hills, most likely.
Most likely. Man's not paying us for most likely.
Well, they're there. You can count on it. No more than a half a day's ride now.
Well, having back at Fairlands, no time at all. I can't wait to see this little girl the Colonel's got himself so worked up over.
Well, he says he wants her back intact.
Why, Solomon, there's intact. And then there's intact.
If we was at Master Fallon's, I could have got some milk, made you some gravy for that rabbit. Would have made your eyes water, Shirley.
Walter got that rabbit. What I got to do? Catch you a moo cow?
Yeah. Mama stole milk from me once when I was little. Come down sickly. She took this bowl, marched right into that barn, and fetched me back some milk. Did it every night for a week.
You should get caught.
Nasa said you're gonna give her 50 lashes. My mama wouldn't say she's sorry. Wouldn't give in. They say she spit right in Master's eye. Master put on that post for 100 lashes. Next day they sold her. Just like that. Last me and Josiah. Mama should have backed down. Maybe we'd still be together.
You can't fault your mama being strong, Sarah. She did the right thing. It sold my mama before I was old enough to remember. You know the first thing we're gonna do when we get to Canada? We're gonna find us a preacher. And that preacher gonna say, "Boy, what you doing with this woman all covered with mud and rabbit fur for?" I'm gonna say, "This woman, this Sarah woman, she gonna be my wife."
If I ever lose you, Thomas, I'ma die.
What's going on?
Judge says there's not enough evidence to try you, much less hang you. Looks like you're a free man.
Yes. Well, I told you as much, didn't I?
Just because there's no proof you're a slave stealer don't mean you ain't. If I was you, I'd be gone before the colonel gets wind of this. You might want to do your bird watching someplace else. Next time you might not be so lucky.
Well, I appreciate your advice, Sheriff. May I kindly have my hat?
Into these mountains. Shut your mouth. Put some mud in. Now, come on.
I don't know why I let you drag
Camino Rosé. Candle in the window.
I said you're gonna knock on the door. Are you crazy? There's all kind of reasons you better can't burn. No way we're gonna know for sure. I was gonna find out. Maybe you're gonna get us killed. I said we just keep moving.
Please, Thomas, I've got to rest. I just need someplace to rest.
Friend of a friend. Friend of a friend.
Sorry, much too dangerous to have inside the house right now. Bounty hunters been lurking around the area. Guess they know which way our sympathies lay. Be very careful if you have to leave the barn. Let's all rest yourself there till nightfall tomorrow. I'll be back then myself to show you a path that'll lead you to your next stop.
Thank you. Thank you kindly, sir.
Walter, where you off to?
He's gonna set me another snare. See if I can fetch us a rabbit.
He's supposed to go outside.
Hush up. You know rabbit's gonna be coming in here. We'll be all right. I ain't gonna say nothing. I knows I got to be quiet, boss. No, sir. Don't shoot, sir.
Shush up, boy.
I knows I got to be quiet. Don't worry. Don't!
Think I walked. Oh, no.
You're Colonel Fairland's little peach pie, huh? Man's been real worried about you, girl.
Oh, where you going? You get back here. You get back here, boy. I'm going to get those women. Never mind. Get them later. It's going to cost us plenty if they get away. I am dying here, so get me a doctor. Help me.
I out our way. He could be looking for us right now. You better get some sense in you, girl. Thomas gone. Can't you understand that? Last we saw him, catch a gun to his head. Ain't that gone enough for you?
You don't know that. We don't know nothing for sure.
Right now, we're gonna finish this right here now. I've been hoping and planning and dreaming ever since I can remember about having my freedom. I got one chance, and this be it. Not to let no whining house nigger get home me back. I done come too far for that. You hear me? I done come too far for that. You gonna hush and you gonna hear me. You gonna hear me. One person can't make it out there by themselves, sir. But with two people, they got half a chance. So you gonna go on. You just gonna know, like it or not.
No, I am.
Oh, Sarah. Sarah, you can't go back for Thomas. He's dead. He's dead, Sarah.
Don't keep saying that. Don't you know the only reason I ran was Tom? And now he gone.
I said, don't you see? That's why we got to keep going. We got to keep going for Thomas, for Walter, for Joe, for all them other runners they never made it for, Sarah. Don't you see? We got to keep going. So we ain't got no time. Ain't got no time to talk for this foolishness, all right? So come on. Come on, Sarah. Come on, please. Please, come on. Let's go.
Well, looks like you're gonna live after all.
Yeah, no fine thanks to you.
What do you mean by that?
You watch my back like you're supposed to. She never stuck me.
I took care of the man. I figure you could handle a couple scared women.
You want to buy your papers? You stop running that smart mouth, boy.
Yeah, Massa Hart, sir.
Take this one to auction. Back on the trail of them women.
Auction? I thought we was taking them back to Fairland.
Money's in the women, Solomon. Give him a couple of nigger ears off that other one for souvenirs. Take this one to auction for expenses. Who's gonna know? Slow us down anyway.
You're getting greedy, Hart.
When I want your advice, I will ask you for it. You got that, boy? Maybe I'd tell the auctioneer to have a look at you same time. Get a lot of money for a big buck like you.
Don't even think about it, Mr. Hart.
What is the matter with you, Solomon? I was joshing.
Driver, stop.
Next, we have a fine young buck. Here, prize specimen, up good stock. A little worse for wear, but look at those teeth, eh? What do we start bidding at? $250. We have 250, 250, 250. 250, now 3, will you bid 3, will you bid 3, will you bid 3? $300, sir. $300, now 50, 50. 3, will you bid 3, will you bid 3, will you bid 3? $300, sir. $300, now 50, 50. 350, 350.
Sir, may I have a word, please?
350, now 4, 4, 4. We need 4,
Sir,
4.
excuse me. May I have a word with you, please?
Excuse me, sir, if that's not a bid, would you kindly keep silent and allow the paying customers to do the bidding? Thank you. $400, now 450, now 450, will you bid 5, 5, 5?
Excuse me. Sir, are your paying customers aware that these are stolen goods?
This is a reputable auction house, sir. Now, we've got $400, now 5, 5, 5.
Is that
Will you
so?
bid 5, will you bid 5?
Well, then if your papers are in order, sir, then I'm sure that the authorities will have this sorted out in no time.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Look, this nigger's mine. Bought and paid for this afternoon.
This nigger's name is Thomas. He happens to be the property of one Colonel Fairling of North Carolina. It also happens that the Colonel is a very dear friend of mine.
I didn't know the boy was stolen. I paid $250 for it.
Well, I should think that a man in your position would know better. However, it seems that because my friend has offered a substantial reward for this Negro's return, I suppose I can see my way clear to offering you $100.
Yes, well, thank you very much, sir. Yes, George, bring the boy down. Yes, just one moment, gents. We'll go back and get some more for you. We've got plenty more in the bag. Just hang on.
You taking me, Mr. Ross?
North, and as quickly as possible.
Oh, I got to find Sarah.
Thomas, if what you've told me is true, Sarah could be anywhere by now. It is not safe here.
After her, I can't leave her and Minnie on her own. I got to go back to the barn and figure out where they went.
Well, if they are tracking her, then that is precisely where they will be.
How do you know? She's just some crazy white man on some adventure.
I risked my life.
You're risking our lives. You were supposed to meet us.
I was in jail. Thomas, there is still a bounty on your head. And I'm sure the Colonel would have me lynched if we were even seen here together. Now, what I am suggesting is that we continue to move north and that we connect with the Underground Railroad in Cincinnati.
I ain't going nowhere without Sarah.
Well, then it appears the choice is yours. You may continue on your own, or you may come with me. But we cannot stay here any longer.
Man, ain't nobody gonna believe we's men. Sarah, if you wants to stay alive, they got to believe we's men. All right, they looking for two women. What you laughing at? Oh, I don't know, but you make such a fine-looking buck. If I ain't careful, I'll get sweet on you. Oh, come on, girl, let's get it. Come on.
Which way? I said which way?
How much money we get from that auction?
$100. Your share is 30 minus expenses.
I want 50, and I want it now.
Ain't gonna do you no good without your papers. You ought to let me take care of it for you. What's the matter? You don't trust me?
You're saying I want the money.
You know, you're getting kind of uppity, Solomon.
I will not tolerate insolence from you, boy. Now you get over here and you bring me my bag. What?
I should have thought that would have been quite convincing.
Over here, boy. And bring my bag. It ain't in the words that come out your mouth. It's what you believe. You ain't got to be loud or angry. I'm your property. Bought, paid for, and owned by you. And don't never let your slave look you in the eye.
Why?
Because that means you might see something you don't like. Something human
some angry. And then you wouldn't be able to do what you're doing no more.
Certainly in education.
Come on, Sarah. Come on. Come on, Sarah. Come on. Minnie. Sarah, you got the knife. Oh, Sarah. Hurry up. Hurry up. Give me here. Give me here. Okay. Oh. Ah.
Come along, Thomas.
Yes, Master.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, may I detain you for a moment?
Yes, sir. What is it?
You have papers for this nigger? You'll oblige us
I
to...
beg your pardon, sir. I've had this Negro for more than 10 years now. Well, my daddy gave him to me the day I left Alabama and moved to Jackson, Mississippi. Isn't that right, Thomas?
Yes, Master.
I apologize, but still need to see his papers.
You realize whom you're speaking to?
No, sir. To whom am I speaking?
Mr. Jonathan Coombs. My daddy is Mr. Lyle Coombs, owner of the wealthiest cotton plantation in Alabama. Matter of fact, he owns a large portion of this here railroad. Most likely he hires and fires your boss.
Well, I just...
And you know, if there's one thing that my daddy hates, one thing that he simply cannot abide, it is insolence. Especially when it comes from junior employees like yourself. Now, do you have any further questions for me, or can me and my Negro aboard this here train?
No, sir. Yes, sir. Excuse me. You can board directly.
I can't believe I could be so careless. I had entirely forgotten about your papers.
You did just fine.
No, I did not. I cannot afford to make mistakes like that. I am responsible for your safety.
Mr. Ross, you're irresponsible for me. Now, I appreciate what you're doing. But you can walk away from this right now, and I can still find my way to where I'm going. And take what comes my way. Now, let's just get up on this train. My daddy's name is Mr. Lyle Coombs.
Jamal's on a tree. No star. Keep you straight.
Hush now, Minnie. I knows all that.
Can't be scared now, sir. Come too far for that. Don't let nothing turn you back. Yeah?
I hear you, Minnie.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus, thank you for not letting me die. Master Light. Free.
Minnie.
Oh, oh, freedom. Oh, me. And if I be slave, I be dead down in
going home to my Lord, very free.
Well, slavers are out again. They watch the warehouse by day and night now. Still, certainly makes the work more challenging.
Coffin, sir. How did all this come to be called the Underground Railroad?
Actually, it was the slavers and the bounty catchers who first called us that. They used to say that if a runway got to Ohio, he'd disappear and go underground all the way to freedom. A compliment on our success.
Which is why I assume Mr. Coffin kept the name.
Indeed. Friend Alexander has just had his first experience as a conductor.
Yes, well.
And friend Harriet, she's carried more slaves to freedom than anyone I know.
Miss Tubman, all I'm saying is we slow down for a month or two.
Mr. Maxwell, there are folks in this room on the run for their life. Now, what do you think I ought to tell them? Run back, hope the master don't kill you.
We've had 10 arrested in New York alone this week. You yourself have a $40,000 bounty on your head. This Fugitive Slave Act is...
For a running slave, this fugitive law is no different than the master's whip. They're both getting in the way of freedom. Now, if we ain't afraid of the whip, why do you think we're afraid of the law?
I'm not suggesting a shutdown. I'm saying if we keep moving, we could put the whole network in jeopardy.
You got to get the weather going. And you and me have to help them find a way out of Pharaoh's lair. Wouldn't you say? Now, if that means more conductors to lead the way, then that's what we got to do. But long as God is whispering in my ear, this here railroad moves ahead. Today, Mr. Maxwell.
I can see why they call you Moses, Miss Tubman. The wagon ready.
Friend Harriet, do you have room for another passenger?
Be happy to take Mr. Thomas up to Canaan land.
No, Mr. Coffin, I can't go now.
Friend Alexander has told me of thy Sarah. We will telegraph our stations to watch for her and give her news of thee if she be found.
No, I can't go.
Thomas, you ain't gonna do your Sarah no good. You go running out to nowhere. You get caught, you just gonna fatten some slave catcher's purse. But for every slave that make it to freedom, it's a hammer blow to the economy of the South. You come with me, Thomas. God take care of your Sarah.
I understand you ain't going to Canada with us.
No, not at this time. I've decided to head back down south on another bird watching expedition. Hopefully, I'll be a little better prepared this time.
Canada really gonna be the land of Canaan, like Miss Tubman say?
Well, the truth is, we have our share of bigots there also, but at least the law does not support them. Rest assured, there'll be many people there who are willing to help.
Why are you doing this, Mr. Ross?
This is a cause that I've wanted to become a part of since I was very young. However, it has become clear to me that it's not just a cause that I've become a part of here, but people. People's lives. And it's been the courage and the perseverance of you and your people in the face of all of this that truly has inspired me to continue. Although I'm not sure I've answered the question. Goodbye, Thomas. Good luck to you.
You step on board, Mr. Thomas. Trent cannon wait for no one.
Jeff? Jeff, get on out here.
And because Henry Brown did not want to live under the yoke of slavery, he put himself in a large box and mailed himself to
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. The journey took 26 hours, and he had to spend several hours upside down on his head. After he arrived
Safely.
and the box was opened, Mr. Brown jumped up and began to sing. After that, people gave him a new name, and he's known as Henry Box Brown.
That's right. Very good, Matthew. Now you go on outside and do your chores. Dinner'll be ready after a while, okay? Go on. Child, you should be resting.
Where am I?
Just south of the Ohio River.
This here's your house?
My husband, Jeb, and me. Lots of colored folks got houses up here.
Y'all safe here?
Yeah, I was born to a free family. My husband, Jeb, escaped when he was a little boy. We still worry about our children. And we gotta carry our papers with us everywhere we go.
Your boy. He was reading.
Reading and writing. Like he don't want to stop sometimes.
It's just like Thomas said. Just like he said.
mean nothing by it.
Bottle of whiskey. You're looking kind of down in the mouth, Evan. What's the matter? Business bad?
Ain't no shortage of business. Just working a lot harder for it.
I know what you mean. Mind you, I got old Solomon here. The way he sniffs them out, I swear. Got a patch of blood in him somewhere.
Your boy ain't gonna do you much good up here, especially across the river. Different game up in the north. We got all these free niggers up here. They got the papers and everything. In league with the abolitionists.
You hear that, Saul? You don't earn your keep, you might not get paid this time.
You get paid, I get paid.
Tracking a girl up from Carolina. I know she's in the area around here. You know any names of these abolitionists? People we might talk to?
Got me some ideas.
Used to be we just gotta get folks like yourself into Ohio or Illinois. Now the only place to be safe, be Canada. I'm gonna take the back road.
You're gonna be all right now, Sarah. You got a lot of good folks looking after you.
Time to go, Sarah. Night we're slipping away. Gotta make it both ways across the river before the patrols come out. Next conductor already waiting on the other side.
Hush now.
Gone. Slipped right through our fingers. You ain't been able to do a dang thing about that, now have you, boy? It's got to be across the river and into the north by now. You know what that means, don't you, Solomon? Means you ain't no dang good to me. Means by the time we do catch you, the reward money barely be able to cover your expenses. Fact is, we don't find it soon, you're gonna be owing me money.
As long as you got papers in your pocket would say you own me, I won't be owing you nothing.
Blast your papers.
Now look, Hart. I got you to 2 men. We found that second woman dead. I say we let this other woman go.
Well, let some nigger woman get the better of me? I don't care if we follow her to kingdom come. She ain't getting away. Now you get on your horse, you figure how to make yourself useful.
Crossing 3 states on foot by yourself. I don't know how you survived.
Don't know, ma'am. After a while, just think about Minnie and Thomas keep me going.
Well, at least the next part of the journey you'll be able to do by railroad. A real railroad. Mind you, it may not be very comfortable. Mr. Justin, I wasn't expecting you. Oh, we here.
The boy's mother died from pneumonia. I was hoping he might be able to stay here while we arrange new passage. His father's already across the border waiting to see him.
I'm afraid. You see, the judge will be back this evening. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you, Mrs. Andrews. Our driver will be by shortly.
One thing at a time. Are you hungry?
Rebecca, are you there?
My goodness. That's my husband. Please, stay in here and remain quiet. I didn't expect you home so soon.
What a day. I haven't seen the likes of it. I had to sentence a man today. An upstanding citizen. I knew him personally. 2 years, hard labor for harboring fugitives. Well, I had no choice. This was his second offense. And now here it is. He stood there in the dock and he told me that as soon as he was free, he was going to add another room to his house to hide even more slaves. And he would do so no matter how many times he was arrested.
Sarah, we have to get you ready to leave as quickly as possible.
What about Willie?
Darling, I forgot to tell you, Counselor Evans and his wife. Rebecca, what in tarnation?
We have guests, dear. Travelers who stopped in on their way to Canada.
These are slaves.
Not anymore.
Do you know what this means?
Yes, Franklin. I know.
You are harboring fugitives in my home. I could be put in prison.
Then you'd best not tell anyone about it.
How dare you? You're defying the law.
The Lord God says, clothe the naked, feed the hungry, and comfort those in need. Sarah will be leaving presently, and the boy may have to stay with us for a day or two until I find a new conductor.
This is preposterous. I won't allow it.
Well, Franklin, if you want to stop me, you'll have to arrest me.
If you don't mind, ma'am, I'm gonna take Willie with me.
Sarah, taking a child all that way is a big responsibility.
People have been taking care of me long enough. About time I took care for somebody else now.
Apart from it being the law, I'd certainly be making it worth your while if you were to tell me if there was any sign of her being moved through here.
Stolen property on my train. Y'all best be assured I'll keep my eye out for you, Mr. Ford. Especially them kind of stolen goods. Too late! Next train.
So, we got a northern shipment here. You can't wait unless you want to make Captain Hezekiah here late for his own funeral.
Very well. Excuse me.
This is for your supper. You just stay put.
Willie. Ain't you ever heard of Henry Box Brown? Henry Box Brown was this runaway. And he escaped from a plantation by putting himself in a box.
6 hours, you'll be in Detroit. From there, you'll be taken across the river into Canada.
William!
Come on!
What's your name, child?
Sarah, ma'am.
Welcome to freedom, Sarah.
Underground Railroad is doing a brisk business this fall. Nearly 3,000 colored refugees have come to Canada since September. This paper's called The Voice of the Fugitive. Says here all kinds of new settlements are being set up for the refugees. Chatham, Dawn, Elgin settlements in Buxton. Isn't this interesting? The city of Pittsburgh is sending a Liberty Bell to the town of Buxton. Bell raising ceremony December 17th. Oh, that's next week. Recent arrivals are being recruited to help install the bell. Carpenter from Kentucky, a young blacksmith from North Carolina, and two...
Miss Fannin? Could you read that for me one more time?
A carpenter from Kentucky, a young blacksmith from North Carolina.
Sure enough likes watching you work.
Yes?
Excuse me, ma'am. I just come here, escaped from North Carolina, Master Fairlane's plantation. I was looking for Miss Sarah.
Right here is where your house gonna be. And after we clear a few acres, we're gonna build the barn and the blacksmith shop over there. Now, ain't this just the prettiest piece of land you ever did see?
Sure enough is.
What's wrong, Sarah?
I don't rightly know. I just can't get used to standing still. I feel like I gotta hold on to something or I'm gonna start running again. All this time, Thomas, I thought you were dead. And I'm scared. You had to love anything that much and then one day find it's gone.
We ain't got to rush it, Sarah. We got time. We got plenty of time. Now, race you to that wagon.
Well, 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 won't the Colonel be happy? I told him you was killed, Thomas. Now he be getting 2 lost lovebirds. I suggest you put down that axe, boy.
No. Ain't gonna do it. This is our land. We got papers for it. This is Canada. We're free now.
I don't know what papers you got, boy. I got papers says you and the miss still the legal property of Colonel Fairland. And I got this says you coming back with me to Carolina. Border or no border. Chain him up, Saul. Yeah.
Thomas! Thomas! Thomas!
You gave us quite a chase, girl. See why Colonel Fairland says you're special. Special enough to send us 1,000 miles and back just to fetch you.
We ain't ever going back.
admire you, girl. Thing is, it's about more than you and me. It's about principle. Principle of property.
You better stay away now.
You said I gotta put a bullet hole in you first. Master says he wants you intact. You don't want to disappoint the master? All right. Where's it gonna be? Foot? Arm? Head? How about Thomas's head? See, that's another principle you niggers just don't understand. The principle of power. Saul, I told you to get them chains.
You can't do this. You can kill us here now if you want to. But we ain't going back.
I don't reckon nobody will be coming after you now. A nice piece of land you got here.
The homes we are constructing and the farms we are carving into this earth are being paid for from our own labor. The schoolhouse we are building so our children will learn how to read and write and go on to higher learning will be organized and maintained by the citizens of Buxton and Raleigh County. Why then today do we accept this gift of a Liberty Bell from the colored inhabitants of Pittsburgh? Because this bell is more than just a fancy piece of metal. This bell is a symbol of that journey we all have taken. And we think it only fitting that we use this bell to remember those people of Pittsburgh and the people of Philadelphia and of Cincinnati and all those people everywhere who have helped us and continue to help us on this great railroad to freedom. Today, this bell rings for Miss Sarah, our most recent arrival, and for her soon-to-be husband, Thomas.
Welcome, Sarah.
And from now on, this Liberty Bell will ring out every time another fugitive lands here safely, to remind us that while we were a people oppressed, we in our hearts were never slaves. Now, my brothers and sisters, we are free. We are free. Let freedom reign. Let freedom reign.
Come to my love and be free.